All right, so we're looking at the accounts quiz. Write up Joe's three-column cash book from the following details and balance it off. Include all the journal entries. So what I'm going to do first, I'll do the journal entries, then I'll enter it into the three-column cash book. So the first one we have here is started a business with cash at hand 15,000 and cash at bank 48,000. So here what's happening is Joe is starting up his business. The three accounts involved are the cash account, bank account, and the capital account. So in this transaction, all three accounts are increasing. So cash and bank are assets. Increase in an asset according to the double entry rules, you debit. So you debit cash, 15,000. You also debit bank, 48,000. Capital is a capital account. An increase in a capital account, you credit. So the capital account, we're going to credit it. So it's total up 15 plus 48,000. 63,000. So we can credit the capital account 63,000. So for this question, the entries we'll be interested in are these ones. So these are the debits. Let me just include here debit, credit. All right. The second transaction, bought goods by check 9,000. So in this transaction, we are buying goods for resale. So if you're a business and whenever you purchase goods, those goods are for resale. So the two accounts involved are the purchases account, which is an expense account, and the bank account, which is an asset account. So since we are purchasing, we have an increase in the expense, so we debit purchases. Debit purchases 9,000, and bank is an asset account. Since we are paying, so that's a reduction in an asset, so you credit. Reduction in an asset according to the double entry rules is your credit. So bank will be credited 9,000. So the transaction which we're interested in is this one for the cash, or the three-column cash book. This is the transaction we will record. All right, we have the third one here. Settled Mary's account of 45 by check less 10% discount. So since it's saying we've settled Mary's account, it means we were owing Mary. Mary is our payable, right? We're owing her 4,500. Now she's given us a discount of 10%. All right. So this is what we call a discount received. Whenever a supplier gives a discount, we call that a discount received. So first things first, we need to calculate how much was our discount. So 10% of 4,500, you get 450 kwacha. That is the discount. So how much we're going to pay? We're going to say 4,500 minus 450 kwacha, we get 4,050 kwacha. And so this is how much we pay. So we are paying Mary. She's a liability. A reduction in a liability, you debit. So you're going to debit Mary. Now you're going to debit Mary the full amount, 4,500. Then since we are paying her from our bank is an asset account, reduction in an asset, we credit. So we're going to credit cash 4,050. And then discount received. This is like, it's like a saving to us. So a saving will be treated like a form of income. So an increase in income, you credit according to the double entry rules. So discount received, 450 kwacha. Yes. So this is going to go in our 3-column cash book here. Oh, it's bank, not cash. We're crediting bank. Okay, the next transaction, sold goods by cash, 20,000. So here we have made a sale. Two accounts involved are the cash and the sales account. Sales account is a revenue account. Cash account is an asset account. Both accounts are increasing. So an increase in an asset account, which is cash, you debit. So you debit cash, 20,000. Sales, as I said, is a revenue account. Increase in revenue, you credit. So you credit sales, 20,000. So this is going to go in our cash book, 3-column cash book. The next one is bought machinery by check, 4,500. So here, the two accounts involved are bank and the machinery account. Machinery account is an asset account, to be specific. It's a non-current asset. Bank is a current asset. So here, since we bought a new non-current asset, which is machinery, that's an increase in our assets. So you debit machinery, 4,500. The machinery account, 4,500. And bank, since we are paying, it's a reduction in our assets. So you credit bank, 4,500. So this is going to go in our 3-column cash book, this transaction here. All right. Withdraw cash from the bank for business use, 10,000. So this is a contra transaction. Whenever there's a transaction involving cash at the bank, that's a contra transaction. Both of these are asset accounts. So since we're removing money from the cash account and withdraw cash from the bank. So we're taking money out of the bank account into the cash account. So bank is reducing, we credit it. Cash is increasing, we debit it. So both these transactions are going to be in our 3-column cash book. Okay, our next transaction, Mercy settled her account of 30,000 by check less 5%. So it means Mercy was owing us and she's paid us. So Mercy was a debtor. A debtor is a current asset. She's paying us through the bank. So the accounts that are involved would be Mercy, who is the debtor, the bank account, and we also have the discount allowed. All right. Discount allowed, this is the discount you give to your customers. So remember, with a discount, you're receiving less money. So that loss is treated like a loss, and that loss also be treated like an expense. So let's find 5% of 30,000. 1,500. So she's paying us 30,000 less 1,500. So let's find out how much she is paying us. So this is the discount. So 30,000 minus 1,500. Now we get 28,500. So Mercy is paying us 28,500, which is coming into our bank account. Then, since we've given a discount, so this 1,500 will be treated as a loss. And the loss, according to the double entry rules, is treated like an expense. All right, so we're going to debit bank increase in the assets since we're receiving money, 28,500. Then we're going to debit discount allowed. Okay, because we're not we're receiving less than how much owed us. So this discount is treated as a loss. And then Mercy is a debt. A debtor is like an asset. So whenever a debtor pays you, it's like a reduction in an asset. Okay. So you credit reduction in an asset, you credit. So you credit Mercy 30,000. Okay. So these are the ones that are going in the three column cash book. Withdraw cash for personal use. This is drawings. Drawings is a contra capital account. It reduces your capital. So since capital increases with a credit, drawings increases with debit. So you debit drawings 4,500. Okay, then since we'll remove this money from our cash account so that we can use it for our personal uses. So that's a reduction in an asset, which is the cash account. So reduction in an asset you credit. So cash, you're going to credit it 4,500. All right, so this is the transaction we'll be interested in for the three column cash book. Okay, then the next transaction, sent a check to Oscar in settlement of the amount owing 6,800 after deducting 500. So we were owing Oscar his creditor, a payable, so that is be treated like a liability. We've been given a discount. This is the discount allowed. Remember, discount allowed is when someone who were owing money, usually your suppliers, when they reduce the price for you. That's our discount received. And discount received is treated as a form of income because it's like a form of saving for you. So that saving will be treated like income. And remember, according to the double entry rules, income is credited. So here, what's going to happen is since Oscar is a creditor, who's a liability, and we are paying him, so a reduction in a liability, you debit. So we'll debit Oscar, debit Oscar, uh, 6,800 plus 500, that gives us 7,300. Then we paid him, right? It since it says it's a check, so we used the bank to pay him. So reduction in our asset, which is bank. Yeah, so you credit, so bank credit it 6,800. And then the discount received 500. And then finally deposited cash into bank 4,000. Another contra transaction. So money was moved from the cash account into the bank account. So both of these are assets. So since bank account is increasing, we are going to debit. Increasing an asset to debit. So bank increases by 4,000. And since cash is reducing, cash is an asset, you credit an asset. Reduction in an asset, you credit. So you credit 4,000. Yes, so these are all the journal entries. So now what we're supposed to do is to make our 3-column cash book. Date, details, folio, cash, bank, discount allowed. All right, so this is the debit side of the 3-column cash book. So I'll highlight it as okay, debit side. I'll highlight it in yellow. Then we have our credit side. We have date, details, folio, cash, bank, discount received. So the credit side, and I'll highlight it as highlight it in green. This is the credit side. All right, so we just get our transactions from here. Okay, June 1st, we have to debit cash and bank 15 and 48,000. So date 1st June. Details, you put the capital account because this is the account that was transacted with. So cash, we are debiting 15,000. Bank, we're debiting 48,000. All right, the next one is June 2nd, we're crediting bank 9,000. Say 2nd June. We're going to say on purchases. So on the details, you put the other account that was affected in the transaction. So you say purchases. Let's see who was it. It was bank 9,000. All right, the next transaction, 3rd June, we've got discount received and bank credit side. So 3rd June, 3rd June, 3rd June, Mary, so bank 4,050, discount received 450. Okay, 4th June, of a debit entry for cash. So details here, we're going to put sales. Cash, we're debiting 4,000 kwacha. Okay, then 5th June, we're crediting bank 4,500. So here, machinery on details, machinery. What was the amount? 4,500. Excuse me. Okay, then our next transaction, 6th June, debiting bank. We're debiting cash and crediting bank. So 6th June. Debiting bank. So here on folio, we put contra entry. Put a C for contra entry. We are debiting bank. We're debiting cash 10,000. And on the credit side, 6 June, 6th June. On here, we're going to portfolio. And I'm supposed to put cash here and the bank here. So the C is just representing the contra entry. So we're crediting cash bank 10,000. 7th June, we have to debit bank, and we've got a discount allowed. So 7th June, I believe this was Mercy. Details Mercy 28.5 and discount allowed on 5. Bank. So bank 28,500. Discount allowed 1,500. Okay, 8th June, we're crediting cash 4,500. We've got drawings here, drawings, cash, let's see, 4, 5. All right, then on the 9th of June, crediting bank 6,800. 6,800, sorry. So bank we credited 6,800. Discount received 500. And finally, we've got another contra entry where we're depositing cash into bank. So this is the 10th of June. Here we have cash. How much was it? We're debiting 4,000. Debiting bank 4,000. And then we're crediting cash. It's supposed to be bank, contra entry. Yes, cash here, contra entry. Yes, so we've now entered all the transactions into our 3-column cash book. So what we need to do now is get the balances. So what we're going to do, well, first we start with discount allowed and discount received. We just get the totals for discount allowed, 1,500. Let's put it there. Discount received, 450 plus 500, 950. Next, we have to do for cash, right? So let's total the debit side for cash. And let's total the credit side for cash. Let's see which one is higher. Okay, so our debit side is higher. So our balance carried down. On the cash side, going to be 29,000 minus 85, 20,500. Then the balance brought down on the next month for the cash book is 20,500. Then we go to the bank section. Let's total up the debit side for bank. 80,500. On the credit side, 33,000, 34,350. So our balance carried down on the credit side. So it's 80,500 minus 33,000, 34,350 is 46,150. And the balance brought it down, which is in the next month. Remember, balance carried it down is at the end of the month. And balance brought down is in the new month is 46,150. So this is our 3-column cash book.